My name is Tameyka. I'm making a video, I guess you can call it like a testimonial video about me and my life, just to give people a little bit of insight on me. You know, you can never judge a book by its cover, and you never know what a person is going through unless they tell you. So, my point of making this video is so that I can help somebody else who may be going through the same things that I have been through, or may have or could be beginning to go through the things that I've been through, or you know what I mean. So it's more of a help video. You can I want like for anybody to like it, share it, show it to somebody else, tell somebody else about it, anything. I'm not perfect, so the video isn't perfect, and this is like me real, raw, and just the truth. So I'm gonna start by saying, like I said, my name is Tameyka Carson. My birthday is January. I'll be 21 in January. Um, I'm from Chester, Pennsylvania. I lived there all my life until my mom moved us to Middletown, Delaware. That's where I graduated high school from. Appoquinimink High School, class of 2012. Um, after I graduated high school, I went to cosmetology school, American Beauty Academy in Wilmington, Delaware, and I graduated from there. Um, I'm a Christian. I believe in the relationship with Christ. I don't believe in the religious aspect, so I'm not a religious person. I don't have a home church because I haven't really found a church that speaks to my spirit. I'm very, very, very protective of my spirit. I don't let just anything in my spirit, so I won't just go to any church. I haven't really found a church for me yet. Um, a little, I have five. Well, my mom's name is Tameyka Carson too. She passed away recently in June, 4th of 2014. My stepdad passed away in June of 2012, right after I graduated high school. My dad name is Thomas Green. Oh, I'm sorry, my stepdad name is Donald Pittman. My dad name is Thomas Green. I have altogether 9 siblings. 5 of them are my mom's. 2 of them my stepbrothers. I include, well, 4 of my siblings are my mom's kids. 2 of them are my stepdad kids. I consider them my brothers, just like my sisters and brothers. And then 2 more are my dad's kids. So it's Tanea, which is my mom's daughter, um, Imante, Elizabeth, and Danae. And then it's Danielle and O'Shawn. And then my dad's kids is Bryson, and I have a brother named Brady, but his real name's Eric. Um, I'm gonna tell you a little bit. After I want to say when I turned 13, I had got raped by a person that I don't know who they are. Nobody really knows this but my mom. She's the only person I ever told. At the time, I guess you could say I wasn't 100% confident in myself. So I felt like it had a lot to do with me because it was at night. I was walking down the street by myself in the middle of the night. Mind you, I shouldn't have been outside that late. I was doing something that I wasn't supposed to be doing in the first place, going places I wasn't supposed to be going. So I felt responsible for it. So I didn't tell anybody because I felt like, I don't know, I felt like I was responsible for it. And because I was so young, I didn't think, I didn't think the way I think now. Like, I think now, I don't care what happens. I don't care for anybody who ever been in that situation, raped or anything. You need to tell somebody because that's not acceptable. Nobody should be able to come and take that much control over you emotionally and change you, because that's what it really did. It changed my life. It changed how I had an outlook on men, period. It changed how I had an outlook on life. Um, my dad wasn't really there my whole life. I didn't meet my dad until I was 7. I met my dad when I was 7 because my dad was in the military and he had moved away and got married. So I really didn't know him like that. And then I met him when I was 6. He lived in Connecticut, and I would go visit him. But I didn't really gain a relationship with him because all my dad really did was buy me stuff. That's all he really did. He bought me stuff all the time, spent a whole bunch of money on me, and so I didn't really gain a real relationship with him. So I don't have that now as I'm an adult. And also, I was very angry with him. I felt like he wasn't there for me like I needed him to be. He didn't teach me how to ride a bike. He didn't teach me about boys. He didn't teach me about love because I didn't have the love that I needed from him. I kind of looked for love in other places, which caused me to get my heart broken a whole lot. I've been in relationships with men that I thought loved me because and I loved them, and in reality that wasn't the case. Um, my stepdad was a good dad to me before he died. I mean, we only known each other for a short period of time, but in that short period of time, he taught me a whole lot. Um, by then, I was already like, like in my own mindset, couldn't nobody tell me nothing, so I didn't take advantage of the things that he tried to teach me at that time. I was so hurt and I was so broken. So and I was like guarded. I was really, really guarded. So I didn't accept what he was trying to give me at the time he was trying to give it to me. And, I didn't realize all that he taught me until after he was already gone. Um, my mom passed away in June. After my mom passed away, that really affected me. It really messed me up emotionally. I mean, before then, I consider myself a very strong person, especially granted the things that I've been through. I'm not really going to give y'all all the information about me, just a little tidbit of my life. But if you knew half the things that I really went through, like, I was strong. But after my mom died, that kind of broke me. Directly after my mom died, I mean, like, a couple hours after my mom died, at the time, what I thought was strength, it was just more so what like a blockage. But at the time, I thought it was strength. I didn't cry a lot. I was focused. I was focused on taking care of my siblings because me being the oldest, I'm 20, so my mom's youngest child is 6. So like in between that, you know what I mean. That's where my siblings like go from. So in between that, I felt like I had to be a mom to my sisters and brothers, even though I didn't know what it felt like to be a mom. But I thought that's what I had to do. I thought I had to be a mom to them. So I tried to get strong. I had an apartment, and I moved out of my apartment, and I moved back to the house that my siblings lived in because I just gave up my life that I had before to live the life that I had for them. Instead of allowing myself to grieve properly and think properly, that was the decision I made. I made it off rip. I said, oh, my mom's going. What I need to do is help take care of my sisters and brothers and be there for them in the best way that I can. And I mean, for anybody else, that's logical. I mean, anybody will agree that's a logical thing, especially being the older. And people who know me know I'm very controlling. So that, of course, that was my first mindset. That didn't work out the way I wanted to work out. July, I got information. Me and my sister Tameyka, she's 19. We are a year and a half apart. So we are like the oldest of our family. When me and my sister got notification that my aunt went and got full custody, well, guardianship. My younger siblings, the babies, my two little sisters, Elizabeth, who is 8, and Danae, who is 6. Um, and that messed me up more. Mind you, my mom just died, and in my mind, those kids was my kids, and so she took my kids away from me without even telling me, and that hurt me. And then, granted, My sisters are very happy and they are very healthy, and they live with my aunt Donna now, and they are very well taken care of. Does an absolute awesome job taking care of them. I definitely commend her for that. But at that time, in my mind, I felt like she did that to hurt me, and she did that to hurt us, and she did not take into consideration how we felt about it. And granted, yes, they are children, so maybe that was her first thought to think about them. But I felt like she didn't think about them first, because if she thought about them first, she wouldn't have took them from their siblings, or as I thought at the time took them, because she really didn't take them. We get to see them when we want to see them now. It wasn't like that. She just wanted a better environment for them, which I respect. And I'm glad she did, because after that, me emotionally, I was torn. Um, right after that, maybe a couple weeks, maybe like a week or two later, on July 19th, I had found out, one, I found out I was pregnant, and two, I found out I had a miscarriage at the same time. Um, I was I had a boyfriend at that time. His name was Amir. Um, we weren't trying to have a child or nothing like that, and we weren't at that place in our life that we thought that was okay. So, you know what I mean? I guess it was for the best. But at the same time, who wants to find out that they're pregnant and had a miscarriage on the same day? You know what I'm saying? I was already 3 months pregnant, and I promise y'all I got pregnancy tests done before that. I promise y'all I tried to like figure it out, but I guess I should have went to the doctor, but I didn't. So that messed me up. So think about it. I lost my mom, I lost my sisters, and I lost my child. And right after that, me and my boyfriend broke up. Like those four things, I was torn already. And to top it all off, a couple months later, not even a couple months later, a couple weeks later, I had to, I had got a text message from my sister to me saying that I need to move out. Mind you, I just gave up my apartment, so where the hell am I going to live at? Like, I was like, what the fuck? It doesn't make sense. So I got angry. I got past hurt. I was angry. I furious with her, and I was gonna hurt her. If I saw my sister, I was gonna hurt her. I prayed to God, like, God, do not let me see her, because I'm going to hurt her. Um, be, instead of talking to her about it, instead of us being adults as we should have been and having a conversation about the situation and how it was supposed to play out, I just in my head I just said, nah, fuck that. I'm hurt. I'm pissed. I'm done with her, and I completely X'd her out. So at this time now, I'm homeless. Don't have a place to live. Mind you, I have a lot of friends that I could stay at their house tonight and stay at that friend house tomorrow, but it was like I didn't have a consistent place to lay my head when it didn't make sense, because I worked hard and I felt like I gave up my everything for them, for my sisters and my brother, and I'm the one that's left out anything. I was torn, so I went into a deep depression, and during that depression, I attempted to commit suicide. And anybody who know me know I'm a number one advocate for I do not like suicide. I think it's the most selfish thing that you could do to a person. I think that you don't take in consideration all the people that love you, and you don't care about nobody else. You're being selfish. You only worry about yourself. That's me. That's how I feel about it. And still, with that same mindset, I still did it. I still got to a point where I felt like I did not want to live anymore. I went into a depression, and learning a little bit more about depression now, I learned that depression is literally a disability. It causes you to not be able to function through regular life, and that's what happened. I was depressed. I took in consideration that even though my aunt Donna took my little sisters away from me, that I didn't even think like, oh, Mika, you could still see them. I didn't care. I didn't care what nobody said to me. I thought about being me, being a Christian. I know that you commit suicide, you're going straight to hell. I thought about that. I didn't care. I just wanted to end my pain because I was hurting, like hurting. So, and before in my past life, before my mom passed away, the way that I healed my pain was through sex. I would have sex with different people, different men, and even though you know that wasn't right, in my head I didn't care. It just was, even though it didn't make me feel way better, but at the time, the pain that I felt would be taken away when I had sex. So that was like my medicine, kind of, more so. And I was really like a very, I want to say, like a promiscuous person until I met my boyfriend Amir, and that's when I fell in love with him. So I didn't really start, I really wasn't promiscuous after that. I was focused on him because I was focused on building a relationship with him, building a life with him. So I really wasn't like into that anymore. But yes, I was, I did use that as a crutch. Now, granted, I don't believe in crutches, but I use that as a crutch. I use my hurt and my pain, me getting raped, my dad not being there for me. I use that as a way to, I want to say, justify me getting into these different sexual relationships with different people. I use that, and as I'm getting older, I'm learning like that was not okay. That's not a crutch. It's people who've been through worse things than me. It's about strength, and I didn't have. I guess I didn't have the strength that I thought. But I mean, things happen. Um, after basically I tried to commit suicide. Um, my friends had my at this time my friends was my everything. My friend Sheree let me come stay in her house, so I had a consistent place to lay my head. And mind you, I don't like living off other people. I'm a strong person. I could take care of myself, but I needed her, and she was there for me, and I thank her for that. My other friends that were there for me, Taj, Vicky, Taylor, Nika, Bria. They're my friends that I met and living in Delaware. They're my Delaware friends. They're the friends, and they are like the most awesome people you'll ever meet in your life. If like if I needed a place, somebody to cry to, I can cry to them. If I needed food, I can go to them. If I needed money, I can go to them. A place to sleep, I went to them. Mind you, we all the same age. We all got our different struggles. Everybody's not perfect, but they were there for me, and I thank them for that. Um, my best friend, her name is Dana, and she's my best friend in Chester. That's my friend that I have from Chester. She just she reminds me of so much of myself, but she's different. She also is the mother of my first godchild, so we got a different type of connection. She's definitely my best friend. Don't get me wrong, and the girls that I name are definitely my best friends too. So, but everybody have a different role to play in your life. Um, when I wanna, sorry, um, after I went through the whole suicide attempt thing, I started to lose faith. Yeah, I started to lose faith in God, and I got to a point where I wasn't believing in God anymore. I was like, God can't be real because you watching me go through all this stuff and you ain't doing nothing about it. I didn't understand, and I got a wake up call. Um, After I tried to commit suicide, I got a wake up call because people who I didn't even consider friends and I didn't consider cared about, or not even that I didn't consider cared about me, but people who just random, like I see on the street and I speak to them every day. I might have went to high school with them, I might have worked with them and stuff. A lot of people knew my business. Living in Middletown is very little, so a lot of people, your business get out there. But people were coming up to me talking about Tameyka. I don't want you to think that I'm being disrespectful or nothing, but I don't like the fact that you tried to kill yourself. And I'm looking at people like, oh, like, oh my God. But people are like, I don't like that. You are stronger than that. You are pretty. You got people that care about you, that love you, and people who would appreciate you. You do so much for people, and I didn't realize that I was that influential in people's lives. That a person that I didn't even consider a friend was affected by my actions. So that woke me up, and and now I want to say I moved back to Chester because I needed to be around my family. Living in Middletown only reminded me of my mom because that's all it was, my mom. And even though my siblings live in Middletown and every day is hard, I wake up and I'm not waking up in the same house as them, and I'm not waking up and seeing their faces and talking to them and stuff. Um, it hurts, but it's better for me. I had to move away because in the midst of me moving away, I found a job thanks to my best friend Dana, and I'm working towards bettering myself for them. I mean, things happen. Don't ever get discouraged and think that you can't survive things. Things definitely happen. Um, but if you keep the faith, even a little bit of faith, even mustard seed faith, you can really move a mountain. That's very, very true. And also, my a scripture that really helps me to this day came from my grandma, my grandmother. Her name, well, she wouldn't like me calling her grandma. It's my mom. My mom gave me a scripture when my mom died, and it was Philippians 4:13. If you don't know what Philippians 4:13 is, it is. I'm sorry, I just had a brain for it. I was about to say, "For God so loved the world." That's John 3:16. Philippians 4:13. You can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. And that's how I go on my day. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. So, um, today I'm much, much happier than I used to be. I mean, obviously, I lost my mom, so it's gonna be days that I cry, and it don't help that it's almost Christmas and Thanksgiving, and I'm about to be 21, and everything is coming. This is my mom's favorite season of the year, and it's hard, but I'm still here, and that's much more than I would say for myself. In August, I did not think I was still gonna be here today. Didn't. I didn't think that I was, but I am, and I just want you guys, anybody who ever been through a death of a parent, or ever been homeless, or ever been raped, or ever tried to commit suicide, I want you to know that there is life after that. There is still life after all that stuff. I mean, it seemed like at the time that you can't get past it, but you can. I got past it, and I'm happy now. I mean, I'm always gonna be crushed, disabled, cause I lost my rib. You know, my mom was my rib. She all I had, and I love, and she's the one person in my life that never judged me for any of my actions. I mean, I've done a lot of stuff to a lot of people. I done hurt a lot of people. I done stole from people. I done fought people. I done disrespected adults that would do anything for me. I done did all that stuff, and my mom never judged me for it, and she never changed. And she was always consistent with me. Her love was always consistent. So losing that, I lost all my consistency in my life because I mean, other people judge you not because they trying to judge you. Some people just judge you because we all human. But nobody will ever love me the way my mom loved me, and that really kind of disabled me. But I'm working towards a better life for me and my sisters and my future children and my future husband, wherever you live, you out there. I know you out there somewhere. But in my family, I want to thank again. I want to thank my friends, all of them, each one of them, because with all you guys going through your own personal issues, you were still there for me in ways that I couldn't even explain. People would never understand. In my family was there for me in ways that they could be. You know what I mean? I appreciate every last one of them, and I appreciate the love that I have for them, or the love that they have for me. Um, so that's it. Thank you for your time. And like I said, like it, share it, tell somebody. This is me, 100%, all real, all raw, just me. Um, have a good day, I guess. um, bye.